Wonderful morning to everyone with a good news, good vibe, and good record of new all-time high by our Indian indices, benchmark indices particularly. So this was happened almost 14 months of period since it has formed the recent all-time high that was happened on September 2024. Exactly to be the date was the 27th of September. The all-time high was lastly made, and after that, after 14 months of period, this was the new all-time high made on exact 27th of November. So the date what we have been providing as a key one for or to be watched out in the every month outlook report. So like that, these dates and all how reacting or responding while we have been predicting or following the same. That was the one of proof yesterday's one. So exact on 27th, the new all-time high. See, the behavior is all about the markets tracking or predicting whatever it so be. So the behavior will be constructing along with the indicators followed and along with the tools what we are using. That is what the king of market analysis is always a behavior one. 28th of November today. So the final session for the week as well as for the month of November. And one more important thing is this is the final date amongst the key dates we have forecasted and mentioned in the November month outlook report for the Nifty. So as like that, the previous dates, how it has responded to our prediction, the final date also going to be one of the major indicator for the further trend in the upcoming sessions. Even it may be suitable for the entire December month's movements based on today's high and low. So that can be focused and marked in your chart, and based on the movements it is providing the next 1 day to maximum possible day, as long as this high and low of today's one is not broken. So until then, the range between today's high and low can be expected, and once the break happen as predicted, the direction would be on the same side with a minor pullback or bounces. So that can be based on behavioral one. We have been many times given as a proof. Say for example, for the recent one, 14th of November, before that 15th of October's one, between that also some dates importantly played well. So this can be approached without having any struggle in analyzing and tracking, or even taking the decision on trading based on the outcomes the dates high and low is providing. That's it for the day. After opening in a flat manner along with the kind of trends amongst the global peers, which is having around a neutral, so that we also can be expected on the same manner. So the rest of the day's trend would be very, very important to be watch out and as well as approaching. Why? Because see, the Nifty's any pullback towards the zone of 26,000 as a psychological support zone after giving up the 26,140. So once the level is getting broken, immediately the pullback may be expected towards the zone of 26,000 as a maximum. Between these, the buying can be initiated, the build-ups can be continued on the long side, and press entry also can be made between these levels of 26,000 to 26,140. And for the initial hours, we can expect these levels may be held, but most probably we are expecting the 26,140 providing as long as the support point for the Nifty means chances for moving towards 26,250 to 26,300 also there. And in case, conversely, if it breaks the 26,140 in the initial hours itself, there onwards, we can see as like that, the pullback towards the 26,000 support zone may be happened, where, as explained, one can initiate the long building chances or options. And from the higher side, the rejection, if any, will be happening means the level of 26,400 maximum maybe, that means the zone of 26,400 only the higher chances of having the strong resistance. Until then, minor resistance only lying between the level of 26,250 and 26,350. Between these levels, the short buildups can be initiated or the long buildups can be trimmed out or reduced, because this 26,250 and 26,350, between this range, possibilities are very high for the short traders to accumulate their positions further on, or the fresh short buildups also may be arising between these ranges. So once it is giving a decisive breakout around 26,350 above, there only one can think of the market may be aiming for the further highs. Until then, a range bound between these levels can be expected from Nifty side. This is what the strategy to be followed for the day. And from the positional perspective, nothing changed from the trend wise. We can say still the bull run or a bull trend is intact for our markets, as long as the 26,000 and 25,900, 25,850, 25,800, 25,700 as the maximum one. See, multiple layered supports are formed already. No need to think of any drastic selling and all coming. Not at all possible for the current trend, because of these supports are getting protected. The Nifty, one can think of building the long whenever these supports one by one is getting approached. Otherwise, the final support, major one, actually around 25,700, no, after breaking and closing below this level only, one can think of the bearish kind of trend from the Nifty and Sensex even. So that the opportunity will always be there, as the previous trends and are given as a proof that whenever the supports what we have discussed here is getting approached, from there the bounces also happened with a higher volume or a higher participation manner. So that there was a proof. You can check it with the charts of the Nifty. And from the positional front, these are all the supports we have discussed. What about the rejections point, if any, means as long as the Nifty is trading above the level of previous all-time high of 26,277 on daily closing basis, there is a possibility of the Nifty is approaching 25,700. Interim level of 25,500 also may be acting, but anyway, the power of resisting the upside would be on the 25,700 zone. So there only, sorry, 26,700 zone, there only we can experience some decisive kind of activities in the selling side or rejection side. Until then, one can follow with the interim resistance of 26,500. And in case while approaching 26,500 for the positional traders, one can reduce somewhat the partial positions or can be trimmed out with the caution of maintaining the rest for the another target of 26,700 with the immediate stop loss that can be trailed between 26 to 26,250 around. So even that can be escalated towards every 100 points, like practice, you can escalate the support from one by one. That means from the 26 to 26,277 as an exact one, or 250 as a approximate one. And if it is further moving towards 26,500 above or 700 levels, means where one can further escalate the stop loss or a support to 26,300 as a new one. So these are all some tactical approaches what one can do, one should do with the trading positions already having, or if you want to build the new one. So these are positional based strategies. From the sectoral front, for the day, the major sectors, including banking and finance, as a heavyweight one, and along with the metals, with a continuation in the uptrend. And after that, energy with the support of Reliance Industries and few of OMCs also giving the momentum. So one can see the energy also doing good for today's moment. And oil and gas, along with energy, it will be always sticking with the oil and gas and realty, real estate oriented stocks having some momentum, but not showcased yesterday in a bigger way, but maybe expected in today's one. Finally, it is IT. IT in the second tier stocks are actually getting some momentum, like LTTS, LTIM, like the stocks from the apart from the major ones. Even Wipro from the major one can be focused today. So these are the sectors which are all expected to provide good opportunities to approach the stocks under this. And for the day, the news based one or otherwise technical based one. Stocks like Wipro, Adani Enterprises, Ashok Leyland, Zydus Life Sciences, RVNL, Ashoka Build Construction, Reflex Industries, and MQ Pharma, amongst many stocks available for today's opportunity. These are the primary stocks one can focus to get as much as possible chances for trading or approaching for getting better opportunity in terms of earnings and liquidity. So keeping stop loss is always must for all kind of transactions. Don't forget to do that. Wishing everyone to have a productive trading day today. So thank you for participating in final session of pre-market outlook. And there will be no weekly market outlook session being conducted for the this week Saturday, and the next week will be as usual will be conducted, and the next session we will be meeting again on Monday. So until then, we wish everyone to have a fruitful day as well as the happy weekend. Thank you.